lovely Chester Cats, it's Nicola123 here. Finally back with Crystaleyezed Chapter 3. Took me a long time to get to it because I had a lot of other things get in the way. But because I don't know how much time or space I have on my tablet, let's just get on with it. So, Crystaleyezed Chapter 3. As we know in Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, we were introduced to the main character. Man, I really suck at these things. Oh yeah, Constance, and then like her VRI robot that she made. So let's continue. So we were introduced to a lot of characters. Here we go. There was an ear-splitting hammering on Constance's door. She would usually wake up at 7 a.m. and eat breakfast in the cafeteria just before doing whatever she needed to do. However, it was 6:01 a.m., just past 6 a.m. "Come here, Constance. I need to talk to you." The person calling was one of the engineers from the other day. Constance actually found him to be fairly reasonable. His name was Ryan. He had a heavy Irish accent. Oh, okay, so I'll have to add an Irish accent when I do him. And short, wavy brown hair. He was one of the only a few years older than Constance, and was one of the people she mildly liked, but she still couldn't trust. She can't trust anyone. She wondered at times why VRI accepted him. He seemed too much of a decent human being to have any interest in killer robots. But then again, you can't judge people at face value. True that. If I can read today, and I just kind of woke up, so those who worked at VRI were only allowed a certain time at certain times, and some people had permanent residence in grounds due to their being aware of highly sensitive information. Constance obviously involuntarily worked for them. Okay, I'll be there soon. Can I get sorted first? She muttered, half asleep. After all, her hair was a mess, and waking up first thing at the crack of dawn and talking to people wasn't usually something anyone often looks forward to. Yeah, but come quick. We have some work to do, said Ryan, slamming the door. On second thoughts, no one seemed decent in this goddamn place. They were hardly human anyway, the staff only being marginally more soulful than the actual androids. Constance contemplated as she arose from bed. It was the usual morning routine for her. Typically, no one wished to talk to Constance because of how she was related to Sicarius. That's just how I pronounced it, Sicarius, and deemed it as odd. She was used to it by now, but it still teared into at her soul deep down. Eventually, she headed down to the same room from yesterday, in which CH was first awakened, where Ryan and some of the engineers were gathered. Okay, I'm making sure I'm reading this. Yeah, but the only other explanation would be a short circuit. You know they aren't going to. Oh, hello, Constance. Ryan looked over at Constance entering the room before interrupting the current conversation. We fixed CH. The cause of her shutdown was a short circuit, we imagine. We'll leave you to power her up again. She's your robot after all. Just don't mess with her, or they'll slit your throat. We have some business to attend to. Bye. Ryan rushed the announcements and nodded to the others as they started to pack away and to leave. Wait. What? Hey, wait! Constance called. Blah, 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 blah. Needles on the back bench. Bye. Needles on the back bench. Bye. hollered Ryan before departing with the others, slamming the door. Any feelings Constance ever had for the young man disappeared at that very moment. Constance looked again at the comatose bench, although this time she had a charging cable in the back of her neck. Hopefully she won't slash me to bits. Then again, she has no chainsaw. I wonder where it's located. She moved over to the back bench and picked up the kneaded needle that contained the revival liquid. She sighed gently and gently removed the cable before inserting the needle into CH's neck. Constance had the ability for robots to recognize her voice, and she was able to command them to a certain extent. CH-1000, power up, she ordered. CH opened her eyes and bolted upwards. No, it hurts! Someone help me! Stop it, please! CH shrieked, thrashing her limbs around before jolting to a stop. CH gently blinked and shook her head as if she had no idea why she was screaming. Oh, what happened? She muttered. Then she turned gradually her head towards Constance. Constance? CH looked at Constance with an expression of fear.